Triple check the sound. Okay, good. We have sound. Good. Hey, what's up? Welcome to Mailbag Monday. Today I have some cool stuff for you. My colleague Nick has actually just run in as I was debating which thing to talk about today and brought in a new package. It is this thingy from Pi Supply, and I'm really excited to open it up. I mean, I already opened it up a little bit just to see what was inside so that I could pull up some stuff in advance on the computer so that we can see stuff. Also, this is probably really loud in the microphone. Anyway, so a little while ago, a few months ago, we did a video on unboxing this guy, the Pi Supply LoRa Gateway hat, and I clearly have not actually gotten around to assembling this whole thing yet. But what it does is allows you to create a low power, long range LoRa network with a Raspberry Pi. And basically you put this thing onto the Pi, and the Pi connects it to Wi-Fi so that it can talk to the Things Network's website and or another LoRa system. And this thing converts, basically provides the way to communicate with individual nodes in your network, which can be, hundreds of meters away. Pardon me, still a little under the weather. So yeah, this thing talks to the nodes via LoRa, and then the Raspberry Pi that it's connected to makes all the connection happen to the cloud via Wi-Fi. And then, you can have everything talk over the Things Network or whatever protocol you're using. So that's super cool. That's how you make your gateway, right? And then you have different nodes that connect to the gateway. And that's what we've got in this box. It's pretty exciting. They double packed it, which is nice. Unfortunately, things got a little bit squashed. Pardon. But the first one here is the microbit LoRa node. That's really exciting. Actually, where's my little microbit that I usually use to demo? Oh, I should have picked it up already. No. Well, I'll run off and grab that in a second, but first let's open this up. If you're not familiar, the microbit is a device put out by the BBC to help children learn how to work with microcontrollers, and it can be programmed with MicroPython via the Mu editor, and it can be programmed with Microsoft MakeCode, which you can do either block programming or I think JavaScript as well, but I could be lying there. But yeah, you can definitely do sort of a Scratch-style block programming via MakeCode, and that's pretty cool. So this is one of the nodes that would then communicate with the LoRa hat on this Raspberry Pi, which would relay data to the cloud via the Pi's built-in Ethernet or Wi-Fi connection. 868 or 915 megahertz, and I'm going to go grab a microbit real quick just to show you what we're talking about. Here we go. So this is the microbit, which I showed you last Thursday as well as part of our retro tech video, which is mostly based around the Sinclair, ZX81. But anyway, so this is the BBC Micro. It's got a 5x5 LED grid. It's got these pins on the left side, which basically enable you to either slot it into a device like this one, or connect things up directly to it with an alligator clip, or solder directly to these big tabs, and you get a 3-volt pin, a ground pin, and then 3 digital GPIO, general purpose IO pins, as well as your little buttons and accelerometer and stuff. But also you have a ton more pins that you can use if you need more GPIOs and you're a little bit more advanced. So it's a board that can kind of grow with you. And for something like this, then you would just slot it into this connector here, and there you go. There's some robotics kits and stuff that use this system as well, and I think it's really neat. So this is a way that you can connect your microbit to a LoRa network, basically, and that way you not only have the built-in Bluetooth low energy network, and these things can talk to each other over radio as well as to other devices, and it can power itself with its little LiPo battery connector. But you also then have access to networking these things. So you could have a whole classroom of kids, for example, programming little sort of wireless networked fireflies or something, or sensors, moisture sensors in their various gardens throughout town near your school or something. Of course, at this point, security becomes a big issue, and I think that the Things Network handles that very well, but it's something you want to be conscious of anytime you're creating sensor networks or anything hooked up to the internet, obviously. But we have to say it. Ooh, we've got some sweet stickers in here. Check this out. Ooh. Delightful. I think this goes this way up. Which way up does the Pi Supply logo go? Let's look on the website. This is their old Kickstarter page, which is where we first learned about this, and I did a video on that back in the day. They raised £35,000, about £10,000 over the goal. Very exciting. And here's our previous video on the Arduino, on the LoRa gateway hat, which is mislabeled because I didn't realize what I was unboxing before I did the video. So that's partly why I open stuff up beforehand now if I don't know what it is. And this is from November 2018. You can find it with the rest of our videos on Hackster.io/videos. There was also an article that Alistair Allen wrote back then for our blog, which you can check out. Always be sure to check out what's on our blog. It's blog.hackster.io, and it's got a ton of cool stuff. So on their site, they not only have the IoT LoRa gateway hat listed, which is this thing that I just showed you at the beginning, they also have a couple of guides for setting it up with the SD card image, and then on GitHub as well as they have a they also have another set of information if you just scroll down on this page. So you can see all of Pi-Supply's LoRa offerings if you go to uk.pisupply.com, pi-supply.com/collections/LoRa, and that's linked in the description to this video, so don't worry if I misspoke there. You can get the antennas, you can get the LoRa hat, you can get this die-cast outdoor waterproof weatherproof enclosure, can't speak today, and all these other excellent little modules. So that's not the only thing that we got in the mail though. You can get this one that we just looked at for £25, the microbit LoRa node, if you want to go ahead and create a bunch of little microbit sensors in a network. It'd be pretty cool. Okay, so what else did this come with? It came with a set of headers, which looks like actually that's interesting. This looks like it's for a Raspberry Pi with standoffs and everything. So, I don't know. Cool. Extra headers and standoffs. Separate these guys real quick. And what else is in this here? Ooh, we've got little ring thingies for the antenna for holding it in place. Little lock washers and nuts and stuff. And here's our antenna. You can do the little... So articulated, it's like a transformer. Yeah. Let's put that back. And I should really leave it out until the end of the video, but whatever. As well as a little card that says, Pi-Supply, the Maker Emporium. You're awesome. Why, thank you. You're awesome too, Pi-Supply. Especially when you send us stuff. And then the other one, which again sadly got crushed in the way between Britain and here, is the IoT LoRa node pHAT, which is sort of the analog to this, whereas this is the gateway. This is one of the nodes, and they both go on Raspberry Pis. So you would have two separate ones. This is your home one that provides the connection for all the nodes. It's phone's home. And this is the little traveler one that goes around and lives in your house or office or wherever you want to do the actual sensing. It could be in your garden if you get one of those sweet heavy-duty enclosures. Here's the, pardon me, the antenna, which you're going to, I mean, there might be some special stuff you'd do with the little lock washers here, but in general, you're going to screw that onto there. And then this little antenna connector is going to hook to your board. So many stickers. I feel so rich in stickers. If you want to get on our good side, literally, this is our good side. It's our sticker wall. Let's see. This is pretty large. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find a spot for this. Can go over with the Indiegogo Tinosaur supporter sticker. And Osh Park. Osh Park's got like 8 million stickers. They can stand to give up some space. That's our good side, our wall of awesome. Yeah, always send us stickers. So here, ooh, look at these nice little low profile headers. That's nice. You can even see straight through them. This is really interesting. It's the first time I've seen headers that you can just see through. But I'm sure they do the job. Ha! Check that out. Modern marvels. All right, yeah, so you've got these little GPIO pins, as on the other one. I really should have left that out. Let's pull it out again. Sorry for all the juggling. All right. So, basically the same width, and we've got the same little pin out on both of them. So once you're used to using one of these versions, what I love about it is that the skills from one really transfer to the other. So whether you're using a microbit and programming with that, or a Raspberry Pi, if you want to change which controller you're using for a particular project, all you've got to do is swap the wiring from one to the other and then plug it in. And then you're going to be connected to the same gateway and everything. This handles the connection to your Gateway Pi, and you're going to be ready to go. And with the Raspberry Pi one, of course, you can program in Python. You should be able to program in JavaScript or whatever you can get to work on there, just like a regular computer. And then on the microbit, again, you can program in MicroPython or the sort of block code languages and stuff. Oh, look at this one. Also some interesting see-through stuff going on over here. Heh. They are header innovators. Love it. So yeah, what are those little pins we've got here? RAK011 breakout. So that's probably, is that the LoRa module? Yeah. Oh, 811, yeah. So it's an RAK811. Let's focus in a little bit for you here. I'm getting a little bit of lag, so sorry for the jerkiness. The personality jerkiness is just me, though. All right, so yeah, LoRa modules RAK811, 868 megahertz, 868 megahertz, and these are all FCC certified already. So if you're building a product with these, you don't have to worry about doing that. You've got your little antenna connectors on the sides here. There's another antenna built in here. And then you have, yeah, the breakouts for the LoRa chip. You've got 3 volts, or 3.3 volts. I'm not sure what PA stands for, but I assume it's just sort of a digital pin. Could be, maybe one set is digital and one is analog, perhaps. But either way, then you've got a ground pin at the bottom. So you can sort of work with those. And then little I2C connectors over here. It's interesting that's labeled on the microbit one, but not on the Pi one. But they're both labeled JP1. You go I2C. And over here you've got more space for labeling with text. So SDA, SCL, pin 13 and ground. Oh, here we go. And transmit and receive pins are labeled on here. You've got a little bit more board space, so there's more leeway. So transmit and receive pins 14 and 15. Reset is on pin 16. And yeah, awesome. Then you have INT and EXT. Are those LED indicators or are those little jumpers? I think they might be jumpers. Oh yeah, it says antenna. So you select either the internal or external antenna using these little jumpers. Interesting. That's probably like a 0 ohm resistor or something like that. Neat. I'm sure that the documentation will tell you more about that if you're curious. But, oh yeah, and then here is the analog to that one. Those 2 little antennas. So these are probably the internal antennas. And then the other one is, oh, that's why they're flipped in position between the 2 of them. See how, I was wondering why this one has the internal jumper on top. And this one has auto on the bottom, and that's because that's the way that the antennas are positioned relative to the jumpers. Cool. Yeah, it's very self-explanatory. I mean, I could be super off base on that. I haven't looked at the documentation, but from what I can see, it seems like it's very sort of self-documenting, which is something that I love in technology. In fact, if you're interested in self-documenting technology, I advise you to have a look at the Sony Spresence boards, because those are just, oh, masterpiece in just like self-explanatory hardware technology. So let's look at this page again. We've got the microbit LoRa node. And there are pre-orders right now, but you can have a look. You can also order this bundled with the BBC microbit board from the Pi Supply website, or get a complete starter kit, which may actually be not including the microbit, so maybe you'll have to get all three. But if you already have wires and sensors and things, you probably don't need a starter kit. And if you already have a microbit, you don't need that either. You can replace your antennas and stuff, or as Alistair calls them, aerials. So British. Anyway, yeah. Cool. I was gonna try and see if I can find the pHAT for the node, which I think I might have missed somewhere along here. Oh, here it is. IoT LoRa node pHAT for Raspberry Pi. And, oh yeah, this is small enough that it actually works with the Raspberry Pi Zero. If you're not familiar, that's basically the sort of half-size Raspberry Pi. I don't happen to have one on hand right now, but it's basically just a little bit wider than this and maybe a little bit longer. It's the sort of smaller scale Raspberry Pi, which includes either the Zero or the Zero Wireless. The Zero is about $5. The Zero Wireless is about Zero W, which is the wireless one, is about $10. And that one obviously includes Wi-Fi as well as, I think, Bluetooth. So you can choose your danger there. But with this guy, you don't need wireless connectivity because the all the communication would be done over LoRa. And this is the whole deal. It's low bandwidth, so it uses very low power. All the communications are done in as few bits and bytes as possible, which means that the power that it takes to transmit stuff over wireless is very much decreased compared to, for example, Wi-Fi, which, you know, often you'll have have to send headers and other stuff in order to make the other side understand what you're transferring. This is a protocol that's very much designed for IoT sensor networks and things like that, so that it's low power by reducing as much as possible the bandwidth of transmissions and the frequency with which you have to do that. You don't have to keep streams open or anything. Very cool. Thank you so much, Pi Supply. This is an exciting package to get. Oh, I want to make a little network of sensors around the office. I got to figure out what to do with it. We're really bad with plants, so maybe I'll do something with that. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an excellent rest of your Mailbag Monday. And we will see you tomorrow for Hackster Cafe. Oh yeah, tomorrow I will put the link up, but I'm gonna be on the Matrix Labs live stream talking about the Matrix creator and some things that I'm working on with that. So stay tuned. All right, have an awesome day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.